All right, so I need to.
Yeah, with that, uh, the floor is yours, Tameka. You can get
Okay.
started.
Before we start, Tameka, I want to make sure you can see my.
Yes, I can see it. Yep,
Okay.
I got it. Thank you. All right, thank you for the introduction to Mr. Toastmaster and fellow Toastmasters and guests. It's my pleasure to be here today to deliver my first icebreaker speech. This is who I am. Imagine running in a race, let's say a marathon, with thousands of people. You're more than halfway finished and you get a cramp in your foot. What do you do? Do you walk it out or do you quit? No way. Quitting is not an option. That has been my motto. You must never give up. Winners are not people who never fail. They are people who never quit. Those are words that I live by. While running my second marathon, I experienced a cramp in my foot. That moment was a moment I will never forget. I set out to beat my last race time, and here I was with a cramp in my foot. Some people get cramps and need medical assistance and don't finish the race. I would not quit. I thought to myself, I had put in long hours and months of training. There is no way I'm quitting because of a cramp in my foot. I took off my shoe and walked it out as my friend suggested. A few minutes passed and I laced up my shoe and hit the pavement to complete the run. Two things about me are I persevere no matter the obstacle and I have a passion for running. I enjoy participating in races and love how I feel after I have completed a race. Running a marathon was on my list of things that I wanted to accomplish. Also, Toastmasters was on my list of things to try, but it never fit into my schedule. I have always wanted to get over my fear of talking in public and knew Toastmasters would be a great place to start. Last year, I recall coming across a Toastmaster magazine advertisement and thought, I should give this a try. I reached out to a few local clubs, but didn't get a response. Consequently, when I saw that this club was meeting online, I was excited to finally experience Toastmasters. I feel honored to partake in this Toastmasters club. As I briefly discuss a few chronicles that I have experienced in life, living in and through a pandemic has given me time to rediscover who I am by exploring new things and doing more of the things I love. A part of who I am is I enjoy the outdoors. In the summer, I spend a great deal of my time outside running and taking long walks in the early mornings. Summer mornings are so serene and my favorite part of the day. I enjoy drinking coffee on my deck after coming in from my morning runs. I also find enjoyment in taking long bike rides. Currently, where I live, I'm not really motivated to ride my bike like I did when I lived in Chicago. While living in Chicago, I was very adventurous and would ride my bike for miles, not realizing at times that as far as I would ride out is as far as I would have to ride back to get back home. I miss the lakefront. I miss my lakefront bike rides and the scenery in Chicago. Something new I discovered about myself last year is my love for candles. During the pandemic, I started meditating and doing yoga and burning candles to ease the anxiety I was feeling when the world first shut down and all the uncertainties about the coronavirus. While with the world shut down and more time on my hand that I knew what to do with, I learned how to make candles. Learning a new craft can be challenging and tricky. There are thousands of videos out there, and you have to decide on your niche and focus and grow in that area. I like working with soy wax and lavender oils. There's a great deal that goes into making candles, especially when deciding on the right size wick and how much oil to use in your candle. I'm still learning this craft and hope to one day start a small candle business or even just give them away to family and friends. While I tell you 2020 was a year of uncertainty, it was also a year for doing things outside of my comfort zone. So over the past 13 years, I have been a teacher. I have taught kindergarten, first and second grade, and fourth grade, which was one of my favorites, as I taught in the states of Illinois and Indiana. Even though I was born and raised in Michigan, for the first time in 2019, I taught in Michigan, and I taught for the first time seventh and eighth grade reading, which I found quite rewarding. While at home one day teaching online, I received a call from my superintendent telling me about a new position for next school year as a literacy coach. This year, while in the middle of a pandemic, I started a new position as literacy coach. It has been very challenging, yet rewarding in the same manner. I have learned how to coach teachers in their craft. I have stretched outside of my comfort zone by presenting to teachers. And teaching online is not an easy task, and coaching teachers online has its challenges. Like I said before, this has been a challenging school year, yet rewarding. Who I am today is not who I was a few years ago. I have learned to embrace challenges and accept the things that I cannot change. I still have a love for outdoor adventure, and being an educator is of the area that I still have a passion for. I have learned a new craft and accepted a leadership position in my district. I'm learning that there are exciting things waiting on the other side of fear. So I'm embracing this life journey that I'm on. In closing, one of the quotes that I love and I try to teach my students and the girls that I mentor is, "Why fit in when you were born to stand out?" by Dr. Seuss. I turn this back over to you, Mr. Toastmaster.